Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. Today we're going to talk about, as another part of our series of good habits versus bad habits, we're going to be talking about 100% giving it your all, and we're going to talk about the 80-20, or maybe 30-70, or really does it matter? Boop, 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 bleh. Doesn't really matter, right? What are the differences between giving it your all, 100%, and the 80-20 rule, or maybe the 30-70 rule, or whatever you want to call it, right? So, going through all these good and bad things, this is all stuff that, is just common sense. But sometimes common sense isn't so common, right? You look at what's happened over the last few months, and you got to ask yourself a question. And the question is, am I giving it 100% in work, in my personal life, in my relationships, in my friendships, as a parent, working out, in my health, in my wealth, in my finances, building wealth, cutting out debt, eating the right foods, doing whatever I can do to be the best person that I can be. Am I doing the best that I can do? Or is there something more? Or is there something better? Can I improve something? Can I get better? Remember the old saying, be all you can be, right? That's the U.S. Army. Be the best you can be. Are you being the best that you can be? And the short answer of it is no. You're not doing the best that you can do. I am not always 100% of the time, every single day, every minute of the day, every second of the day, every week of the year, doing 100% as good as I can be. Giving it my full effort, my full attention, my full focus, all of my money, my resources, my time, my energy, right? We can always do more. And remember we talked about yesterday, the work in progress. As long as you're progressing towards your goals, towards improving any area of your life, both personally and professionally, that's all you can do. We're human beings. We're not, robots or machines or anything that, have very precise parts. We're interchanging with each other. We're exchanging with each other. We're communicating with each other on this planet. And you never know what's going to happen. Things happen. Good things happen, bad things happen. Good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people. And you just got, this is our life. You have to take the punches. You got to give some. You got to play defense. But you also have to play offense. And I think right now in the country, everybody's playing too much defense. We're scared. We're fearful. There's uncertainty around the economy. There's a fearful for the virus that's out there that could come and get you, right? Make you sick and even kill you. And then you also have the unrest of racial issues and, thugs going out there and destroying small businesses for absolutely no reason, and whatever their political agenda is, I have no idea, but I don't want to be part of that. And you gotta, at some point, ask yourself that question, am I doing 100%, giving my fullest attention and resources, money, time, and energy, towards improving my life, towards being a better person, towards fulfilling my potential? What is your potential? And that's where 100% comes into play compared to any other percentage that's on there. It really doesn't matter what percentage is. Even if it's 99.99%, you still have 0.01% that you can do better on. And that's what I want you to ask yourself today. Am I giving it 100%? And normally the answer is going to be no, right? Or maybe you're really, really good. Yeah, man, I'm hitting it. I'm healthy. I run, I work out, I feel good, I eat well. But maybe there's something else in your life that's not going so well. Maybe your career isn't where you want it to be. Maybe your family life sucks. You just got divorced. You've got kids you got to deal with the ex. Maybe your finances aren't great. And, you just took a big hit in the stock market and you're like, crap, what am I going to do now? And, you're nearing retirement. There's not a lot of time for it to rebound and you just feel lost. So nobody's 100% in every area. So what I want you to focus on today is flip the switch and say, you know what? I'm going to start focusing in on this area of the board, trying to build good habits compared to focusing on, I'm in my comfort zone, I'm okay, and you're settling for crap, okay? You're settling for mundane. You're settling for things that you know in your heart that you can change if you would only put some resources into it, time, energy, and money, okay? So let's say that, I'm giving it my all. How do I know that I'm giving it 100%? The first way that you know that you're giving it your 100% is, are you completing your tasks? When you start a project, and I don't care if it's, mowing the lawn or painting the fence, do you complete that task? When you're on a project at work, do you complete that task 100%? Or do you let a colleague come in and help clean up the mess or do something that's difficult? Do you allow things to stop you? Do you only do 80-20 and, the window shuts, but it doesn't shut that tight and it does leak a little bit? Okay? Is that giving it your all? Is that 100% completing the task? No. It needs to be adjusted or something. Something's not right in it. You got to make it right. Take the time, take the effort, spend a little money, and complete the task. If you don't complete the task all the way through, you are not operating at 100% levels. You are operating somewhere else. And that somewhere else isn't going to allow you to improve any area of your life and to live the life that you really want to live. And I got to get this mindset in you. We got to build good habits. Yeah, you do have to look at your own situation. Yes, you do have to say, you know what? I'm kind of sucking at this area. And I got to do better. And you got to step up. And to complete tasks is definitely one of them. Start at work today. Are you completing the projects that you know you're supposed to complete? Are you following up with customers? Are you trying to get new leads? Are you completing whatever projects you are starting to go? I don't care if you're at home. I don't care if you have got the kids bugging you. Give them something to do. Give them a project to do themselves and say, don't come back in this office until you complete that project. What are you doing? You're telling them to operate at 100% level. And then that gives you space and, some thought without them harping on you, that allows you to go ahead and complete that 100% task. I mean, I understand. I'm a mom, right? Look at my hair today. It's all muffed up because I just took off all my garb, my hazmat suit, so that I can make a video for you guys. I want to learn what I focus on every day. And this is something that I struggle with. Everybody struggles with. However, I'm also focused on doing the best that I can to completing the task. If you have to write yourself a note, a to-do list, I harp on that. in the Habit Master, in the Habit Formula book. It's chapter 5. Choices. Chapter 5 of the formula. To build any good habit, you have to have a to-do list. Write a list out. We can't remember everything, especially if we're women and we've got to juggle our careers and being a mom and being a wife or a spouse or whatever, and trying to have a little time for ourselves. So you want to be in the 100% category. You're striving to be the best person you can be. You need a to-do list. If you want to grab a copy for free, go to thehabitformulabook.com. Thehabitformulabook.com. It's free. You don't even have to read it. Go to the back of the exercises in the back of each chapter. Answer those questions. It might take you a half an hour if you're really thinking deep and focusing on what it is you want to focus on, what area you want to focus on and improve, both personally and professionally. Grab a free copy of it. Hundreds of people have already read that book and said it's changed their life. It's changed my life. The reason I wrote it was because my life has been changed by me focusing my attention on being 100% and not one of those other numbers. Okay? The second way you can tell if you're operating on a 100% level or not is if obstacles, I should say, if you get around obstacles. Let's say you're trying to lose weight and normally you're a runner and you twist your knee and tear something. And the doctor said, okay, no running for 6 to 8 weeks. It's good. That ligament's got to heal, or you're going to need surgery and then you're going to be out even longer. Okay? Yeah, that stinks. That's usually the way you do things. But there's about 1 billion other ways that you can keep yourself in shape. Right? You can do weight training. You can do low impact things. You can walk. You can do other things that can get your heart rate up and can keep your body strong while your knee heals. You just can't run. If you're not sure, get on the internet. There's tons of different types of workouts. Maybe you can do yoga as long as you're not going into certain positions. Maybe you do a little kickboxing where you're just gentle with it, but that can get you going, get you punching, get you moving. You don't have to be a crazy person doing stuff. You can tone it down. And a lot of workouts have options in them for people that have problems, that are, maybe physically, I want to say handicapped, but that's not the right word, have ailments that won't allow them to participate 100%. Find out. If you do come up with an obstacle, find someone to help you. Find a professional trainer. If it's in sales, or, something at work, find a mentor. Again, that would be chapter 4 in the Habit Formula book. Find a mentor that can help you get around these obstacles that have been keeping you in the same spot. You don't want to be in the same spot. You want to continue to improve, okay? Because life is full of all kinds of fun things if you're aware enough to enjoy them, to have fun with them, to soak up as much of the excitement as possible. But you got to be in the right spot, and you've got to have the right mental attitude in order to enjoy that those things that come up. So if you can get around obstacles, because everybody has obstacles. I had one today and I'm like, how am I going to fix this tooth, right? And I had to think about it a little bit. But that's where experience comes into play too. I've been doing this for 20 years and I'm like, you know what, we're going to try this. I said, let's do this and this, and it worked out fine. Sometimes you're going to try something and it's not going to work out. Okay, plan B, plan C, plan 5,000 million trillion. Keep working at it. Keep trying to get to that 100% completion rate, that 100% level of potential. Okay? The third way that you will know if you're trying to work at 100% levels is you have focus. And not only focus, but you're focused on the next steps towards your goal. You got to have the blinders on, okay? Especially professionally. Personally, you can kind of let things, happen and, enjoy other things in your environment and other people that come and go in your life. But as far as professional is concerned, there is going to be so much being thrown at you from your environment, from other people, from competitors, trying to steal your customers and patients. You're going to have distractions coming up because somebody's jealous of you and they don't want you to succeed or get the job in front of them, the position that's open. You got to think, hey, am I trying to work at 100% level or not? And if I am, I got the blinders on and I'm just moving forward. I'm not going to hang out in the lunchroom jib-jabbing about stupid shit, right? I am focused on what I want to do. That doesn't mean you have to be a jerk about everything. Doesn't mean that you have to hurt someone else in order to get what you want. And that's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is you don't put yourself in that situation to begin with. You're not in the break room. You're not in it. You're already focused in on your day and doing things. You've planned things the night before. What am I going to do the next morning? I've already written down my goals. Right? My to-do list. Chapter 5, to-do list. Grab yourself a copy. TheHabitFormulaBook.com. It's free. Grab a copy. You're an idiot if you don't. It will change your life, and it's already changed mine and thousands of other people that have read it. Get your to-do list. If you do that, you're going to be able, very easily, you don't have to think about it. Okay, I already wrote down. I thought about it last night. This is what I got to do today. Boom, boom, boom. And if you have time, you completed all those tasks, put on another one or 2 or 3. However many you have to do in order to keep yourself focused and to operate at 100% levels. Okay? So these are 3 ways that if you want to operate and create an awesome, awesome, awesome habit of reaching your potential, of improving your life, and living the life that you really want to live. You want to have money. You want to have a successful relationship. Your career is just booming. Your family life is awesome. You're in shape. You feel good. Your environment around you, like the people that you have in your life are just awesome and they support you. Then you need to be doing these 3 main things to live that 100% life. The first thing is you got to complete your tasks. Don't willy-nilly things. If something comes up, and number 2, an obstacle, you got to learn how to get around them. You got to be kind of free-flowing and adaptable. Okay? If you don't know about something, you have to ask somebody. You have to be trained on something. You have to figure out a way to get around that obstacle so that you can complete that task, that project, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, both personally and professionally. And the third thing is you got to keep your focus. If you're focused, then I know for a fact that you're trying to operate on 100%. You're trying to go for it. You're trying to reach your goals and hit your targets, right? Now, let's go to the other side. If you do any of these 3, and more than likely you do all 3, then you're definitely operating on the other side of things, and you're not operating on the 100% level, which is a bad habit on this side. This is the bad side. The first thing is you have the shiny new object syndrome. You're on to the next thing. You see a hot chick and you dump the other chick because this is a hot piece of you know what, right? You don't complete things. You don't, make sure that whatever you're doing, it has come to a completion. Let's say that You buy a training course because you think it's going to increase your sales skills, okay? Your objection skills, your follow-up skills, whatever it is. And you start doing it, and instead of going through the whole thing, you say, I got this, I know this, and you just stop. Is that really going to the 100% area where you're learning everything that you can, and then you can start implementing it and practicing it and becoming proficient in it? No. I mean, you've got the shiny new object. Oh yeah, well, you know what? Bill does it better. I'm going to follow him. Well, that's right. Bill might do it better. It might have the skills to teach you how to do. But if you don't complete the first one, how do you know if Bill's doing it correctly and if Bill really is better than the training course? So don't just stop what you're doing and go to the next thing, the next person, the next shiny object, because, you know, what do they say? The grass isn't necessarily greener on the other side. Until you know for a fact that what that certain issue isn't going to solve your problem, that training course, that person, you know, to get you around your obstacles, that really isn't what I want to do, then you can move on. But until you complete it, until you go through the whole thing and implement it, not just try to learn it and whatever, I paid attention to it, whatever, in one ear, out the other, you got to actually implement it, practice it, be proficient in it. If that then still doesn't work, you take it to the marketplace, you do it in your industry, it still doesn't work, okay, then you can move on to the next thing. Here's the second thing. If you, lack attention span, right? No commitment. If you lack commitment in anything, you're flaky, you tell your buddy you're going to be, at his house at 7 and you don't show up until 10, or you don't even show up and you don't call, nothing, he's waiting on you, there's no commitment there. And you're definitely not operating on 100%. Your word is your word. Your word should be your promise to people and to yourself. If you commit to something, then be committed and follow it through. Complete the task. Don't let anything get in your way. Focus on what you need to do to keep your word. Your word is your bond with other people. You'll never, ever be successful in any area of your life unless you have commitment. So if you're operating on that side of the board, a bad habit to have is no commitment. You got to keep your word and jump in. Give it your all. How do you know that it's not the right thing for you? Unless you give it your all. The third way that you can tell if you have this bad habit of the 80-20, 30-70, like you're a big flake, is no discipline. So what is discipline? Discipline is the fact that you give yourself a command and you follow through with it. So I'm going to get into shape. Okay, so what does that mean? I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to be leaner. I want to fit into, a smaller size. Okay, you've defined it. Now you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to work out 5 days a week. Weekends, I'm going to slack off. Okay. So week 1, you work out five times. Everything's great. Week 2, you're tired. You went out with the girls the night before and you're like, man, I'm hungover and I don't feel like going. So you missed the first day. Second day, you decide you're going to work out. Third day, something else comes up. You're late for work or whatever, or a project comes in, something happens, and you miss another workout. So now, you've only worked out 1 time that week, and you're, down from 1 to 3. Is that discipline? Are you operating on 100%? You've allowed obstacles and lost your focus on what your goal is. So you got to think. That's a terrible, terrible habit for you and I to have. We move on too quick, shiny new object, no commitment, and no discipline. When we give ourselves a command and we say we're going to do something, we have to carry it out. When we start doing it, it's little wins here or there. Wow, I just, finished painting the fence or painting my deck. Wow, how does that make you feel? You feel accomplished. You feel good that you actually finished that chore, that task. Once you start doing bigger things, especially in your career, and you start hitting these bigger goals that you've always wanted to hit, and you buy that brand new house that's bigger and better in a better neighborhood, and you're able to put your kids through school, you're able to go on vacations that you've never ever been on before, and meet people and experience different cultures. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do, once you start actually accomplishing it, because you're giving 100%, you're doing the best you can, and you keep doing it. You have the commitment, you have the discipline, and you keep on moving. That feeling inside, until you start doing it, I can't even describe it. I know for me, I'm creating all these products. I write every day. I'm doing a video or a workshop with my buddy and mentor, John Pyron. Check out the description, link in the description above, and register. Register on a PC or a Mac. June 12th, we're going to spend at least 2 hours, between 3 and 5 on June 12th, talking about the right habits at the right time. And there's not a lot of fluff. There's a little bit of mindset kind of thing like what we're talking about today. But there really are a ton of strategies and ideas that anyone can use both personally and professionally. Because it's all the same stuff. You just have to apply it in different areas of your life. John's going to go really in depth about different business strategies. I'm going to kind of hang out into the habitual thoughts and action patterns, but give everybody ideas and strategies that you can use to improve anything and to operate at 100%. So make sure you click in the description above and register for next Friday. I'm very, very excited about it. We're going to be starting an 8-week mentorship program that you can also be a part of. But unless you go to that webinar, that workshop, you're never going to know anything about it, and you're really going to miss an opportunity of a lifetime. I am excited to work with John. I've known him now for a little while, and the way that he's transformed my business is, you can't even measure it. It is just totally crazy. So make sure you go to the description above and register on a PC or a Mac. So make sure you really look at things today and see what good habit or bad habit do you fall into one of these two categories. If you fall into this stuff, lack of focus, no attention, low attention span, no commitment, you're flaky, you start something and then you don't, finish it, that's something you got to start thinking about, taking to heart, and saying, you know what, I'm going to make a change. And just change one thing at a time. You don't have to change everything. Focus on one area. That's all you got to do. Because once you get into that area and kind of complete that area and feel confident that you've built good habits around that area and that you can maintain whatever it is and even improve that from there, then you can start looking at other areas. It's all about momentum and Newton's laws of physics. It's momentum. You don't want things to stop you. You want to keep going and moving forward and improving. So make sure you grab a free copy. Go to thehabitformulabook.com And you can check us out on iTunes and Spotify. Look for the Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes so you don't miss any. Please subscribe to my YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn channels for updates and videos and all kinds of things that I post for inspiration and just everyday strategies and ideas to help improve any area of your life. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and let's build good habits together. Have you been quarantined? Did you lose your job or close down your business and are desperate for money? What have you been doing with your time? Stop. You're better than that. It's time to kick it into high gear and take some action. But how? There's only two things to do right now. Number one is survive, and number two, be recession-proof. The fact is, this will happen again. Maybe not the same way, maybe not in the same extent, but everyone will experience hard times at some point. The best thing to do? Be ready. Go to thehabitmaster.com and grab a copy of the Recession Survival Guide. In it, you'll find out how to 1, survive, and 2, be recession-proof for the next time. It's only $27, but its value is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Do you want this again? Then start doing something about it. Go to thehabitmaster.com and grab the Recession Survival Kit right now.